What's up, guys? Did you realize that 4,000 people have been lynched from 1857 to 2019? That just recently, this year in 2020, Congress finally passed a mandate that made it a crime to lynch a person in this country. Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates actually hopes to capture that idea through the title itself. The title represents the normalization of beating and brutally violating black people. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brianka J, and I'm talking everything lit. You can catch me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday giving you literary analysis of reviews and book recommendations. So if you like what you're hearing so far, go ahead and press that subscribe button and we can get right into our video. We'll be discussing Between the World and Me and comparing it to Richard Wright's poem, also named Between the World and Me, and looking to uncover the thematic concern that Ta-Nehisi Coates is trying to represent to us from the very cover. Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates is actually right here. It's actually named after a poem written by Richard Wright called Between the World and Me. The poem is very dark and disturbing, and it actually describes a person uncovering the site of a lynching, and in the end we realize the person that the speaker is actually uncovering his own body that has been lynched and burned. This is an incredibly deep and complex poem that really draws on those injustices experienced by black people, and to do so, Richard Wright relies heavily on diction and imagery. So all the words he uses in this poem is very precisely used in order to really convey a feeling and allow that feeling that he has be transferred to the reader. So let's take a quick look at this poem, read it, and then think about the diction he uses to truly convey his ideas. Between the World and Me by Richard Wright. And one morning while in the woods, I stumbled suddenly upon the thing. Stumbled upon it in a grassy clearing, guarded by scaly oaks and elms. And the sooty details of the scene rose, thrusting themselves between the world and me. There was a design of white bones, slumbering forgottenly upon a cushion of ashes. There was a charred stump of sapling pointing a blunt finger accusingly at the sky. There were torn tree limbs, tiny veins of burnt leaves, and a scorched coil of heavy, greasy hemp. A vacant shoe, an empty tie, a ripped shirt, a lonely hat, and a pair of trousers stiff with black blood. And upon the trampled grass were buttons, dead matches, butt ends of cigars and cigarettes, peanut shells, a drained gin flask, and a whore's lipstick. Scattered traces of tar, restless arrays of feathers, and the lingering smell of gasoline. And through the morning air the sun poured yellow, surprise into the eye sockets of the stony skull. And while I stood, my mind was frozen within cold pity for the life that was gone. The ground gripped my feet and my heart was circled by icy walls of fear. The sun died in the sky. A night wind muttered in the grass and fumbled the leaves in the trees. The woods poured forth the hungry yelping of hounds. The darkness screamed with thirsty voices, and the witness rose and lived. The dry bones stirred, rattled, lifted, melting themselves into my bones. The gray ashes formed flesh, firm and black, entering into my flesh. The gin flask passed from mouth to mouth, cigars and cigarettes glowed. The whore-smeared lipstick red upon her lips. And 1,000 faces swirled around me, clamoring at my life be burned. And then they had me, stripped me, battering my teeth into my throat until I swallowed my own blood. My voice was drowned in the roar of their voices, and my black, wet body slipped and rolled in their hands as they bound me to a sapling. And my skin clung to the bubbling hot tar, falling from me in limp patches, and the down and quills of the white feathers sank into my raw flesh, and I moaned in my agony. Then my blood was cooled mercifully, cooled by a baptism of gasoline. And in a blaze of red, I leaped to the sky as pain rose like water, boiling my limbs, panting, begging. I clutched childlike, clutched to the hot sides of death. Now I am dry bones, and my face a stony skull, staring in yellow surprise at the sun. So, as one can see, Wright uses very powerful diction to create an image in the reader's mind. His use of word choice is precise, and his words are short, impactful, and very active. As the reader reads, they are positioned to be in the same seat as the speaker and view as the speaker. This diction creates an image in the mind. He says his mind was frozen. He mentions cold pity and icy walls of fear, and such language gives you goosebumps. You may picture yourself being stood still with fear, or even being in a very cold and uncomfortable environment. The next thing he says is that the sun died. He doesn't say that it went down. He says it died. That's very harsh language and involves the finality and the action. The sun has died. So there is an idea here where you use the word death and immediately it's going to grab anyone's attention. And Richard Wright knows this and uses this word for express reasons, especially since the poem is about death and it's brought to us in a very suspenseful way, so you don't realize that the death is coming until the end. So that was actually an act of foreshadowing. Next, he talks about hunger, thirst, screams, and this all is like an active thing. This all invokes an idea of desperation. When I am hungry, if I am thirsty, if I am screaming, I am desperately in need of something and I'm looking to have my desires fulfilled. So those words actually invoke a sense of desperation in the reader and allows the reader to connect with the speaker's sense of desperation within the poem. Finally, he realizes it is him, and he says, "My bones, my flesh, my life be burned." His use of the word "my" really connects him not only to his environment, but to the action around him. His flesh was being burned when he was being tarred and feathered. He was being attacked by these hounds. It's no longer a third person perspective, but now it is actually happening to the speaker and to us as the reader. The speaker is recalling his own death, and Coates uses this poem to be the title of his work. That is really telling about the thematic concerns that Coates is obsessed with that led him to craft such a novel. The title of the book is suggestive to the idea of that normalization of the brutality of the body. The fact that Richard Wright and Alice Walker and Nina Simone have all written very powerful pieces about actually witnessing a body either hanging from the tree or being completely mutilated and left in the woods all goes back to this idea that people feel it is okay and it is justified to brutally defile an individual's body based on the color of their skin. These lynchings, as Wright describes, do continue to occur within America, and in fact, just this year in 2020, Congress has finally decided that it is no longer legally okay to lynch a body. It is finally a federal crime thanks to Emmett Till, who was beaten brutally on a lie. So these ideas that between the world and me that Ta-Nehisi Coates is talking about in his book date all the way back to Reconstruction, to slavery, and to before when the idea was first presented that it was okay to utilize the black body to get ahead in life. Between the World and Me from Richard Wright and from Ta-Nehisi Coates is going to explore the African American experience through the minds of these black males and hopefully help to re-educate America about the fragileness of the African American body and how quickly our life is being taken by authoritative figures who intimidate us through fear tactics. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it enlightening, and I hope that you want to discuss more. Of course, these videos are nothing without the community around them, so I do want to actively ask you to leave a comment and discuss your ideas with me. Do you think that he is being a bit extreme here by presenting this argument, or is he not being extreme enough? It's up to us to decide. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed everything I had to share today, please leave me a subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell so you never miss a beat. And then leave a comment so we can discuss and get to know each other better. My name is Brianka J. You can find me here on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as on my Instagram, my Twitter, and other social media channels. You can check out the subscription box for more about me and more about this video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.